Hello everybody, welcome to Andrew Broussard Watercolors. Today I'm going to do a review and first time usage of the Fountain Pen Revolution Himalaya version 1 fountain pen. I picked these up on Black Friday from their website. They were heavily discounted. I believe each one of these was marked down from about $29 to $21, which was a good deal. I also picked up some extra nibs, as well as received a free fountain pen, an eyedropper muffed pen is what they call it, and we'll look at that separately in a different video. That was received for spending over $35. Okay. Now, I decided to go with the fountain pen Himalaya, the version 1, for a few different reasons. First of all, price point. I wanted to get a fountain pen Revolution pen, and I figured I'd start with more of their entry-level ones. I'm a big fountain pen collector, and I love using them for art. I've been looking at them for a while, and this is essentially my first one owning. This pen takes apart very easily. It has a plunger mechanism for filling, so you just push and pull, and that vacuum action would suction ink up into it. You could also remove this, fill the barrel with ink, close it up, and use it as an eyedropper pen. So, ink capacity from an art standpoint, there's some usage here. I'm not sure the exact how much this holds, but if you wanted to turn it into an eyedropper, whenever you eyedropper any pen, you can really hold a lot of ink within it. But you have to be careful from the standpoint of accidentally untwisting this and spilling ink everywhere. The second thing with it is this nib and the feed is friction fit. I'm not going to try to remove it just yet. I want to see how it is just coming straight from the company. But you can adjust these friction fit feeds and nibs. You can replace it with other nibs. This one is one of their flex ones, so I want to experiment with that. And at the end of the day, if I'm not a fan of the nib, I could replace it with a nib from another company that'll fit that. You know? Another reason I went with this pen and having that ebonite feed is that those ebonite feeds, they're prominent with the Fountain Pen Revolution pens. They're also very prominent with the Noodlers pens. They handle platinum carbon ink really well, which is a fountain pen ink that has particles in it, the carbon particles, that could clog other pens. And with ebonite feeds, nice wide feeds, I haven't had any clogging issues. So I'm hoping that carries over to this pen. Now, just something to throw out there, from the standpoint of art, if you're using a fountain pen, you only want to use fountain pen ink, something made specifically for fountain pens, not acrylic ink, not the Chinese ink. You want to be very careful because those will dry and be very difficult or impossible to remove from pens. So I'm going to fill this pen up and we'll play around with it. Alright, so I just filled this guy up with Noodler's Heart of Darkness. We'll see how that looks. It's a good fountain pen ink for art. It is light fast, has waterproof properties, etc. So this is the Fountain Pen Revolution. I feel like doing this on camera, I'll spell something wrong. Revolution. So far, no issues. This paper is on the cheaper end. We'll try it on the Rhodia pad in a moment. So Fountain Pen Revolution. This is the Himalaya. version 1. This is the 5.5 nib, and it is flex. So this is the standard steel flex. Let's add a lot of ink. This is a very wet writer. That's just making those marks. Let's see how it is with flex. So this is thicker lines. I immediately think of the thicker lines with the old masters and their sketches, using dip pens and seeing those marks that they have. So I pressed pretty hard for a while. You could see how many times I went before it started to give an issue. All right, once it restarts, we're good. Yep. Very cool. Okay, let me pause this for a second, and we'll ink this guy up with the platinum carbon ink. Okay, so this is the fountain pen Revolution. This is the Himalaya again, so this is the only thing that's different is just aesthetics. Version 1, 5.5 nib. This ink right here is the carbon ink, platinum. This is also a flex nib. All right. This also seems like a wet writer as well. And yep, it lays down plenty of ink. This is me applying pressure, seeing if it will have an issue with flow. No issues. Wow. Yeah, so it really keeps up. Okay, I'm going to pause this again, and we'll use the Rhodia paper. I apologize for the frequent pausing. That's my version of editing these films. Here on the Rhodia paper, so this is, we'll do it one more time. We'll write it out. Fountain pen. So it's skip for a second right there. Revolution. This is the Himalaya. Version 1, and is the 5.5. This is the steel flex nib. This is the platinum carbon ink. And as you can see, it's a wet writer. This is me just applying pressure. Just playing with it right off the bat. This is just no rinsing whatsoever. I'm really not having any issues. I think this will be great as an art tool. This will be fantastic. And like I had said earlier, if the ebonite, the feed is nice and wide, there's no clogging taking place over time, this will be fantastic. Switching over to just the same model, and this has the Noodler's Heart of Darkness in it. Let's see. So you can see both of them are wet writers right out the box. No flushing of the pen whatsoever. I did read that a lot of people said that it was a lot of them worked right out the box. Really nice. I did have that issue right here with that skipping. So let's see. All right, and this is Noodlers Heart of Darkness. And see if we can cause any issues with it. Okay, there I had some railroading. I wound up passing right back over it. There you go. So, essentially, I guess in conclusion, these two pens, being on the cheaper end, I think they were the beginning of the fountain pen revolution lineup. I'm not really sure of their history. They are on the cheaper end. Right now on their website, they're $29. I got them, like I said, for Black Friday for $21 each. I think it was an extra $2 or $3 for the flex nib with it. From an art standpoint, if you get one of these, and if you get Noodler's Heart of Darkness or the Platinum Carbon ink, you have a really good art setup for a pen and ink setup. Later on this week, when I get a chance, I will do some sketching with these. And yeah, and if you're somebody who likes a lot of ink, you could easily eyedropper one of these, put a little bit of that grease right on those rings right there, and you'll be good to go. So, I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know down below in the comments. Please like, subscribe, follow if you'd like to support this channel. And if you'd like me to review and look into other art supplies, please let me know. I'd greatly appreciate that. And I will talk to you all soon. Have a great day. Bye.